Okay, we're getting some switched outlets put in in the shop here for a gentleman that's going to be moving in soon. So I want switched outlets so we can turn on and off his workbench lights without having to unplug them all the time. But we don't have a wire mold extension box, so I'm going to show you what I do. We'll mount this box over top of the box that the light fixture is on, and it's the light fixture behind us here. So I'm going to use a template here to make a marking of where I got to put my holes. This one is here, so I'm going to put one down here. Well, if it doesn't make a mark, it's not going to work. You don't get upset. So let's get a drill. And we'll just do the best we can. I want to get it so I don't have to drill. Okay, so I go there, if I go here. I see the mark right there, so that will give us our straight up and down hole. And we'll take this piece in here to bring our wires through so they don't push against the sharp edges. So this will go on the wall like this, and we can have our outlet right off to the side here. So we use this piece of wire mold. We're just going to make sure we get all our sharp edges off of it. Get all our wires out. So one end is going to go into our outlet box like this. Or we can put it in the, we have an open hole on the end here, so we'll go in on the end instead. So you can go on any one of these, depending on where you want to put it. So you gotta make sure it's setting in there like that, there. Make sure that this lip goes over the lip on the box. So this is the switched light we're coming off of. So we'll take and put our wire mold box on here, and we'll wire mold over to our new switched outlet for the shop lights. These are the wires we're going to bring through. Okay, this is 14 in here, so we don't have to put, where is it, 12? make this wire here longer to come through into our box extension. Well, this switch does turn on off this light here, but it shows there's power, so you know what? I don't know what's in the wall, I don't know how it's done, and you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to put a wire nut on here. We're going to extend this wire so we can bring it through into our box. Get them even at the top here. Get our wire nut on here. Piece of tape over the black wire just in case the neutral is switched, because I don't know how it's wired in the wall, and you know what, I don't care. I didn't put it in. I'm not getting frustrated over it. Can't change it. And what good is it going to do to get all bent out of shape and frustrated over something you have no control over? Not any good at all. Nothing. So it is what it is, and we're just going to do the best we can with what we got. So we'll put our box on here. So we'll put a washer in our hole here so that the box gets up here nice and stable. And the wires to our plastic bushing here. comes in hard, it goes in hard, that's all. You don't get upset, you don't frustrate. It's not going to change anything. Just do it the hard way, that's all. Just we'll get a screw down here in the bottom. Sometimes you just have to do things the hard way, that's all. And not complain about it. Because all the complaining isn't going to change anything. Well, you know what? It's not lining up with that hole. But you know what? We are not going to frustrate. We're not going to carry on. We're not going to piss and moan. We're not going to complain. We're not getting all bent out of shape over something that's not going right. You don't let things like that get you down, because it's only going to get you down. It's not going to help you. It's only going to drag you down. It'll just drag you down. You got to win. You can't let the problem get the best of you. You got to be in charge. You got to win. I measured it. I lined it up. And if it doesn't line up, it doesn't line up. And you don't get upset. You don't get frustrated. You don't carry on. You don't piss and moan. You don't complain about it. You just truck forward with what you got and do the best you can. Oh, there it is. It will line up. There's the hole right there. There it is right there. It's not going to fit. Guess what? It's not going to fit. So we don't carry on. We don't frustrate. We don't piss and moan. We'd be thankful for the one screw we have, because we are thankful for that one screw we do have. I'll try. It's not lining up. So we're throwing it in the towel and we're giving up. So we're going to put 2 sheetrock screws up here. Okay, so we're going to put a screw up here. We'll put one down here. We are perfectly centered over the box, so all the wires are in the box according to code. Make sure it's in all the way. We'll get it nice and straight here. Okay, so we have our wire mold on here properly. So now we'll get our outlet and put it on here. And screw around our box and our outlet. We're going to put our ground screw in here to bond our box. So we'll wrap our ground wire around the screen screw here. Get on there nice and tight. Make sure we're nice and tight on our plate. We're in our track on both sides here. Okay, so here in the country I was born in, our outlets are polarized. The black wire goes on the brass screw, which is the narrow slot, which is over here. Or it could be red or blue, because sometimes they use red and blue for a lot live wires, like on multi-wire branch circuits and wiring with conduit. White is the only color that's allowed to be used for a neutral. It goes on the silver colored screw, which is the wide slot, and of course the bare ground wire goes on the screen screw. So we'll close the screws we're not using. silver colored screw, the direction our screw turns. Close our loop. Make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure it's nice and tight like that, and it's wrapped around the screw, and the copper's under the screw head all the way around. We'll get our black wire put it on the brass colored screw. I pull it back so our copper's under the screw head all the way around. So it's like that there. You can see our copper's under the screw head all the way around, and our insulation's not pinched. And now we can put our outlet into the box. So we'll fold our wires this way and this way. And we'll keep our ground wire on this end up here. Keep it back here so it stays away from our conductors. Okay, this one's not going to hit the wires, and this one's not going to hit the wires either. I'll step up and look inside here and make sure this screw doesn't hit the wires. Okay, cleared the wires. It's tight. Cleared the wires. Let's make sure this one is nice and tight here. Push our ground wire back this way. So it stays away from everything. So we gotta get another ground screw. So we'll get some tail wires ready to go to our light fixture up here. So that screw didn't bite into anything. But if there's nothing there, there's nothing there. Nothing there either. But we do have one good one over here, so I'll try to get one more over here. It's going to bite into some good solid wood here. Because I know there's a beam over here. Okay, so we'll get a green screw and a wire nut. I'm going to look in the closet here. If I put a sheetrock screw in the bottom, I'm going to make sure I don't. Okay. I just looked in the closet. I'm good to go to put a sheetrock screw down through there. All the wires are coming into the top of the box, so I'm good to go to put this screw in. Go ahead and put it right in here. Now I'll take this one out. I'll put this one in. There, that's a good solid one. Okay, that's a good solid screw. So we'll put our ground screw into the box here. Okay, all our 3 coppers are even on the end of there. And we'll put our wire nut on. Make sure it's tight. Bring our ground wire over here, we'll bring it to the box. So now we have a good ground bonded to our box. Now I'll get our tails ready to go to our light fixture here. we get our copper even on the end here. So we get all our copper even on the end and our insulation even at the top. Get our wire nut. Make sure it all grabs nice and evenly in here. Triple our wires the same length there. Now we'll get another wire nut. So we get our copper all even at the end here like this. Make sure they're all even. Make sure our copper is even on the end, our insulation is even at the bottom. Take our wire nut. Make sure it's grabbing all the wires. Just let it fall. You don't care. Just let it fall. Don't get frustrated. Make sure it's tight. Now we'll get our wires folded to go into our box here like this. Okay, so we'll get our wires ready to go into our box here. We'll open up a tabby to go over the outlet. So we'll get our wires go into our box here. Okay, I'll snug it up. Okay, I'll just make sure I'm in my track all the way around here. I can see I'm not. I'll tap it in here, tap it in down there. Okay, now it's in. So I just finished tightening it up. Okay, so now we're ready to put our bracket on here for our light fixture. So I'll run those two screws right here so that I don't hit the wires with the 832 screws. So we'll put a screw here. These are flatheads, so I hate that screwdriver. So our wires are going this way. But I'm going to put our ground screw on our ground wire to the box and to our fixture bracket. So I got our bracket going crisscross like this. Okay, so again the black is live, the white is neutral, and this bare wire is the ground. We'll strip our wires back a little bit here. So I like to have my copper, I put this light up earlier, so I have the wire stripped longer so I get a nice wrap around the solid wires like this here. snug. Do the same with our black. Get our insulation even at the bottom there. Wrap our strands around our solid wire like this. Get our copper even at the top and our insulation even at the bottom. Put our wire nut on. Make sure it's nice and snug. Now we can push our wire nuts up into the boxes. Get them back into the box here. We'll get our white wire. Get back into our box here. Get our wires up into our box. And now we'll get our ground wire wrapped around our ground wire here. Make sure our copper is even at the end here. Make sure it's nice and tight. And we can fold our ground wire into our box. And now we can set our fixture on here. Get our wires up into the box here where we want them. Now we can just put our nuts back on here. Be nice if I had a nut driver, but I don't have one. Make sure no wires are pinched. Okay, I'm just making sure in our track all the way around here nothing's pinched. No wires are pinched anywhere, so now we can put our light bulb in. This little ring holds our globe in place here. Nope, it's not going to fit in there, so it's not the right globe, but we'll leave it on here for now. We'll put our bulb in here, and our light works. So I'll show you what this outlet is for I put up there. So he can plug in his shop light up here and be able to turn it on and off with the light switch. Alrighty, so that is how to add an outlet to a light fixture that's controlled by a switch for a shop light here in the country I was born in. Peace. Thanks for watching.